Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is time once again for Handelabra Live. I am John, aka Migrant P, lead developer at Handelabra, and it's a great week. We have launched a big expansion. The new age is now available for Ian's End on Steam, iPad, and Android tablets. It is refreshing to have a big release date. It's been like I don't know when we last released a big thing was I think Branch and Claw or One Deck Dungeon Switch maybe like last year. So it's been a little while. So yeah, it wasn't released on the double two day of all twos. That would have been cool, but here it is on the 1st of the March. Though it came out yesterday. And yeah, so as you can see in the title and on the screen, I'm finally going to play the narrative expedition, which you have had the chance to play. So there are spoilers, but it is not, something you couldn't have seen already, which means I'm allowed to do it. And you get to hear me voice all the characters, so that's going to be fun. Handelabra Games, of course, believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible. That includes Black Lives Matter and trans rights. Anyone working against those goals is not welcome and will not be tolerated. So be excellent to one another and be friendly in the chat. Takewalker had the chance to play and fail. Well, the nice thing about the narrative expedition is you don't have to win. You can just lose every game if you want. Custom expeditions, not so much. Aeon's End is available on all app stores that are either Steam, iOS, or Google Play. There are other app stores, but those are the three that seem to be worthwhile for the most part. I'm not to put down any of the app stores, but it's tough competition in the world of games. So let's get right to it. Lose all the games. Oh yes, predictions. Let's get a prediction going. And I'm just gonna keep copying my previous. Will I win the first battle? Yes or no? Prediction away. Loose. Oh yes. Logic Dolphin. You can find more information on our games at handelabra.com or eonzdigital.com for this game in particular. I should also mention that if you haven't heard, if you are a fan of Sentinels of the Multiverse, the Kickstarter project for Rook City Renegades went live today and has funded, so go check that out if you are interested in that. Lots of really cool Dark Watch and Rook City stuff happening there. But today we're playing the New Age, and it has been a week since Commander Soskull, one of New Gravehold's most decorated breach mages, led an expedition to the north. They were scheduled to return days ago, and the council fears the worst. I didn't practice any of this, so don't record it and make fun of me. Claudia, Gygar, Sahala, and Takran are chosen to join the expedition and locate the missing party. ... In the aftermath of the fall, nothing was left except destruction and despair. When Gravehold Past was buried, our world collapsed, but a spark of perseverance remains even now. The spirit of Gravehold is her people, and we shall survive on this strange verdant surface. More than survive, New Gravehold will thrive. The Tale of the Fall. From Master Brahma, and there she is. In the ideal universe, we have, oh man, I lost her name. What's her name? Who plays Avasarala from The Expanse? I'm gonna horribly mispronounce her name. Shora Agdashlu. Shora Agdashlu would be reading this. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing? Just imagine that while I'm reading it. The Gravehold of the past is no more. The city was attacked by a maelstrom, the most powerful nameless ever seen. If she was Avasarala, then she'd be swearing up a storm as part of this as well. That would be funny too. Desmodia, and a team of valiant breach mages worked together to stop it, but their victory came at a great cost. Desmodia's finishing blow was an explosion of such pure, unimaginable energy that it consumed both her and Maelstrom, and all of Gravehold with them. Her spell was so powerful, and Maelstrom so massive, that the network of tunnels and cave systems collapsed, but without her sacrifice, humanity itself would be no more. The home of countless generations and the surrounding area were destroyed. Many brave mages who were fighting on the front line were never found. Also, shout out to Jean-Marc Giffen, who made music especially for Expedition Mode. In spite of their losses, the people of Gravehold looked to the future with hope. With nowhere to retreat, they turned upward. Led by the remaining breach mages, they made their way to the surface and fought against the ancient nameless of this strange new world. They called their new home New Gravehold. Yeah, it's not gratuitous, it's important. Their efforts were almost in vain when Zaxos, there would be some swear words about Zaxos, one of their own, betrayed his fellow mages. He sought to use energy from the void to gain enough power to stop the nameless, but it consumed him. When the other mages tried to sway him from this path, he turned on them, and they were forced to stop him. In the aftermath of Zaxos' betrayal, the Council of Elders banished his followers from New Gravehold forever to stop anyone else from making the same mistakes. With Zaxos gone and the last known nameless defeated, the Council decreed that all breaches be closed in the hope that it would keep new nameless from entering the world. The people toiled and rebuilt in peace amongst the unfamiliar flora of their new surroundings. Not long after New Gravehold was formed on the surface, however, more unknown nameless emerged from the wilderness. Without breach magic, New Gravehold was defenseless. Mere decades after closing them, New Gravehold was forced to reopen the breaches and take up breach magic once more. No longer willing to merely wait and defend, New Gravehold's strongest breach mages have been organized into expedition parties. Many have already set out to find the source of the nameless and stop their assault, once and for all. Gygar, Sahala, Claudia, and Takman. The people of New Gravehold still believe in a future free from nameless, free from war, and free from the temptation of breach magic once and for all. It has been a week since Commander Soskull, one of New Gravehold's most decorated breach mages, led an expedition to the north. They were scheduled to return days ago, and the Council fears the worst. You are called upon to go after them. The loss of good mages is already painful enough, but Soskull and his party carried some of New Gravehold's rarest and most powerful artifacts. No matter what, you must find and return these treasures. You gather your gear and set out at once. The familiar trails of New Gravehold slowly give way to swampland. The air is muggy and thick in your lungs. You feel a strange sensation of being watched. You scan the dense underbrush and notice movement as someone turns and flees. Without hesitation, you chase them deeper into the swamp. Release it! I need a voice, spidery voice. Release it! To your right, a gigantic insectoid nameless crashes through the underbrush towards you. The man you're chasing ignores the creature and continues into the swamp. He'll have to wait. Nameless this close to New Gravehold must be stopped. It's Magoth. So Magoth. We have our supply that's fixed in the first battle. And I'm thinking of just taking one mage. And I love me some Gygar. So Gygar's coming in. Let's just go with... We could do alternate. I don't know. 4 cards is the default now. And I want to win the games. Haha. Yeah, let's go for it. Hive Surge. Nemesis goes first. Power 1. Is that going to happen right away? Nope. Yeah, Gygar is best friend. So we will prep our Tidal Surge. I could discard 3 cards in hand to get rid of that. Do I want to do that? Honestly, yeah. Let's just do that. I want to cast this. I could do that. You can definitely beat Magath just by never gaining a card and charging up with Gygar, which is hilarious, but I'm not going to do that because it's boring. Let's buy an Exogranite. And then I want to buy an Ether Conduit, a couple Ether Conduits, and make that my main Ether source. But I need like a gem to like facilitate that, just because I never get more than 3 Ether otherwise. Maybe I'll buy 2 Exogranites, and that will be 2 Exogranites and an Ether Conduit or 2, and then Spell Party. Spells and charges. I can also, if I get an Energized Rubidium, I get more charges a lot too. Let's go with that. Could also get one of these. Fly Throng 6 Ether. Could actually get 6 Ether right here. It's power 3 though, so actually I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to destroy those, right? So let's actually clean up these. I forgot about them already. I guess I could buy an Energized Rubidium. It gives me charges. Alright, 1 Energized Rubidium and then Ether Conduit. I know Gygar is the best Gar. Too tempted by spend 5 Ether. Okay, I guess I'm getting rid of that. So many powers. Could get that, but let's get rid of that. Let's finish off the last maggot here. Nice and tidy. Yeah, I can just, if I discard a crystal, get a surge token. I always like to put the tidal surge in this breach because having more granular amounts of damage is nice. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, let's go for an Ether Conduit now. Just keep that spark parked. And we have 5 again, or we could destroy it. We did want to get rid of that, but we're gonna have another turn with not enough Ether, so that could go off, I guess. Now that we have the Ether Conduit, I'm okay with getting rid of this. Just get rid of that power, then we don't have to worry about it. And now no, I guess I didn't need to cast that spark. Yeah, save the spark. Toss an Ether Conduit on there. And we'll maybe grab a Galvanized Bauble so we can start getting cheap focusing, and then we'll get some more spells next. There's been no minions, so I don't feel any pressure to have a quick start, so we'll see though. Watch this fly, he's gonna go. Woo! Splat. Guess we don't have a sound effect for the splat. We should have that. I took a lot of, have a lot of pride in that animation. Oh, I guess we could discard a crystal for a charge here. It seems worth it. And we could get 7 Ether. I mean, Pattern Strike isn't like the best card ever. I like Imbued Smash a lot. I'd rather Imbued Smash's effect than Pattern Strike's effect, and it's cheaper. So let's do that. Could also grab another Ether Conduit. It's nice to pay for your things by casting spells. Alright, kill this guy. We don't want unleashes and damage to be happening every turn. We are charged up, so let's place another Surge token. I think I'll focus here. And grab a force amplifier or an ether conduit. Tempo and tethered darts is pretty ridiculous with one mage. uh, yeah, just having more spells is going to be useful because right now I guess we got a couple. How are we looking? 2 spells coming up. Yeah, we're going to have a logjam here if we buy another spell right now. So ether conduit and then another spell next turn, I think. Get an ether conduit on like one of these big breaches probably. And imbued smash gets +2 on both the damages right now. Do I want the spark or ether for this? 5 ether is enough to buy another one of these, so. And we can always destroy the spark by casting with the relic if we want. Ow. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be 6 maggots. So that happened. I'll have to deal with that business. Overkill this guy. And discard a crystal here. And I guess I will throw that on there. And I think we'll grab a tethered darts here just to have. I don't know if that's actually a next turn, and then that turn is going to draw. Yeah, we're get another spell for the following turn, I think. Tethered darts. And we'll be able to hopefully get this opened in the next cycle. Let's tidy up some of these. But I'm not going to shoot them with the spark here. I guess I'll hit the fly with the spark because I don't want the row to be down by 1, if that makes sense. Let's keep focusing and buy another imbued smash. We could open this. We could also charge and get another +1. +1! Shape Death. 7 ether is not a number I'm going to have a lot. If I cast 2 spells this turn, I would have it, but I am not. So it's not likely we're going to get 7 ether. But let's clean up these guys. Put that in there and that in there. It could go in here if I focus that. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Discard for a charge. And next turn I actually have 3 spells, so let's open this right now. Gygar, go! I guess I could discard a spark here for damage, which seems probably like a good idea, so. You know what, I'm not going to worry about them. If I have a spark sitting around or whatever, I will, but let's put this in here. And are we going to have a big ether turn? No, we're not, so that can go in there. Gygar once more. Yeah, so this is just 3 damage. I'll finish these off. And I can put it in my hand. And we can get a surge token. And now we rolling. I guess, again, if I cast out of here, we do get enough ether, right? So maybe I actually put the tether darts in here because of the ether conduit. And I could actually cast this spark out for a lot of damage, but let's get rid of that power. We might not get a chance to get rid of it, but if that happens, we probably just win. Culling Scythe. Alright. Do I care about him? We just, like, win the game here, right? I don't think we care about... We get rid of this because that hurts, like, knocks us out. We want ether or we want 1 damage? 1 damage. And we don't want to discard. Guess I could charge and cast this for an ether, but then I don't have enough ether in that case. That's funny. Is that enough to win? Oh, we just win if I cast it. Okay. Oh, I need to discard a card. Go back. I need to save 1 crystal here. Alright. I have to have a card to discard for more damage. There. Game over victory! Take that Meg off. The expedition carries on. The answer is yes, I won. Alright, we'll do the talking. As the fight ends, you finally relax. The man and his allies have vanished, but during the battle you saw them watching and taking notes from a distance. You recognize the symbol on their cloaks. These are followers of Zaxos, the same ones who were exiled to these woods years ago. Could they and this strange pet Nameless have had something to do with the disappearances of Soskel's team? You tense up, seeing a burst of fire in the corner of your eye. You turn to see a woman with strange crystalline hair. Pretty cool hair. Torching the corpse of one of Magoth's minions until the ground around it is charred and blackened. I like her little tubes here. What she got in there? Rhea voice. Is it like Scottish? I don't know. Something. Nameless scum! She spits on the ground. If you let them sit, they fester and poison the soil. They're no good even when they're dead. I don't know what that is. That's Rhea voice. She's a pirate. There you go. You recognize her as Rhea, a fellow breach mage and a master in the study of relics, and a member of the missing expedition. She finishes disposing of the corpses. Ooh, new mage added to barracks. And these breaches are sideways, but I will fix that. It's on my list. Rhea the Relic Hunter. Also, Tira Carrera is the Relic Hunter. You need special stuff to work the hair. That makes sense. It's all hair products. I like it. All right. Thanks for the save. Our team, I don't even remember my voice for Rhea anymore. Our team didn't even see these things coming. Geiger, I need a Geiger voice. What happened? Where are the others? The way they moved, it was just wrong. I've fought plenty of Nameless, but none of them coordinated their minions like this. Way too smart for those buggers. Bunch of monsters shouldn't have been able to get the jump on us. Guess we've got sort of a cowboy thing going for him. We tried to retreat, but Commander Soskel got captured, and without a leader, the orders got jumbled. We retreated in different directions. I don't know who else is alive or where they are. We have to go after them, says Sahala. Hold on. These might come in handy. Rhea opens her bag. More cool hair shot. Distributes among some powerful looking magic artifacts amongst you. Yeah, she's tricky to play, but her ability can make pretty ridiculous combos. New cards. Resonant Pearl, which is really weird in one player. You can just have a deck full of Resonant Pearls and draw them all for Infinite Ether. Recommended. I don't know. Actually, I think, yeah, if you have enough, you can do that. If you destroy every other card, you could just have Resonant Pearls. And then I guess if you had a mage who could do damage with their charge ability, you could just win that way. That's fun. Destroy the top card of any player's discard pile, or destroy this for 2 life. Well of Energy, Gravehold gains 2 life, or any player gains 2 life. And then we have Spirit Lift. While prepped once during your turn while you gain a charge, any ally gains 2 charges. Gygar loves this a lot. Also, he's the flavor text. More! Brahma's Buried Light, and here we have treasured spells and gems that are mostly from the core game, but also Little War Eternal, Garu's Torch, Emerald Shard, Garnet Shard, and Pyre. Zaxos. You're lucky you ran into me first. I've been studying relics all my life, so Commander Sasko entrusted our treasures to me. If those monsters are still out there, you're gonna need them. Rhea leads you back towards where her expedition was ambushed to begin looking for survivors. The swamp gives way to trees as you trek further north. You keep an eye out for the Zaxos followers from earlier, but the woods seem empty. The thick branches creak in the wind, and even the midday sun struggles to pierce their oppressive shade. The thick, crackling energy in the air makes your hair stand on end, and Rhea's probably shoots lightning bolts. Something dangerous is near. You crest a hill and spot a massive swirling breach with a twisted shape kneeling before it. Inside the portal, you barely make out the shape of a gigantic, shadowy spider. You inch closer, unable to comprehend what you're watching. The kneeling creature seems humanoid, except for a mass of arachnid legs bursting from its spine. Gross. Breach energy flows into its skin as it communes with the portal. That's the nameless we fought. ... I am no mere nameless. They bow to me now. It's a Starscream. Rhea goes rigid with shock. It can speak. The spider creature twists around towards you. His face is warped but undeniably human. Why have you returned? I don't want to have to kill you. Let me finish my experiment in peace. I am the leader now. The creature stands, his segmented legs snapping into place one by one. The portal behind him wavers, opening briefly to reveal a man within, bound and gagged by spiderwebs. Commander Sasko. He struggles against the void energy seeping from the breach into his skin. Let him go. Rhea takes a step forward. The creature slams his foot down. Which of them? There's so many. Blocking her path. You foolish mages, you scorn Zaxos for daring to evolve. We can use the power of the Nameless to become stronger. I can save Gravehold, and the people worship their true saviors. My master Zaxos and his faithful student, the great Arachnos. Oh dang, prediction time. Will I win the second battle? Yes, no. Place your bets. Arachnos. We've seen Arachnos. We're gonna change the supply though. We didn't buy a single one of these. I'm gonna change it to Resonant Pearl because it seems kind of silly. Starscream / Cobra Commander. There you go. And also, I think I'm gonna have 3 relics. I've been thinking about the second battle of this game, and like, you don't need. You just need 1 cost 3 gem and maybe the cost 5 one. Like, let's go for popping in a Caged Fire here. or Well of Energy. I don't think we're going to ever use Well of Energy. Let's put in the Caged Fire if we feel like we're getting low on health or we want to tidy up some cards. And we're going to swap out Pattern Strike for good old Spirit Lift, which is ridiculous. And Gygar is coming in hot. It's going to be Gygar all day. I'm talking about Gygar. Yeah, you can think about, what didn't I use in the game? And also, like, in the custom expeditions, you might think about, like, what's that? You know, you're going to be shaping your market as you go along based on the Nemesis and based on the mages you're playing. Once the bouncing booms and stuff start going, then that's what we're talking about. So none of these actually give charges for Gygar. The focusing is all right. I love Garnet Shard all day. Garnet Shard, but I don't know that I needed a whole lot. Gygar's with like 4 mage turns, like you don't really need that as much. The focusing is nice. It means maybe we don't need that as much. And we have access to Caged Fire, so maybe we get the Gary's Torch. Or having this extra ether from Buried Light might be nice. Let's take Buried Light. It's more ether from casting spells and less from other places. Maybe I'll do horrible, I don't know. It's good to have extra ether against Arachnos, because you can pay for this. The ritual is not complete. Alright, we're gonna go Recurring Jasper. Resonant Pearl. That's what I mean. The Chanters, straight away. A minion. That's actually real bad. This is a really bad start. Wow, okay. Big mood, Arachnos. We have to get going and hit the Chanters right away. I have to buy a spell to hit that, I think. Unless I can get... I can't get charged up fast enough. I have to buy this so that... Or I guess I could buy this so I could cast it. I'm going to have this Spark turn. So I have 1 damage here. The Spark turn... Between all this, I can get a +1. So the Spark does the job, I think. So we'll buy that. This is ridiculous starting with the minion. This minion on the first turn is very bad. So yeah, next turn we get the Spark and we can cast it, and we can even destroy it if we want. Right away. Yeah, and we want to charge up and get a +1 damage. Fun! Making us work for a living here, Arachnos. And I don't have to hit him with this because we're gonna cast a Spark at him. I don't feel like I'm gonna destroy the Spark right now because we have minions to worry about. Just gonna check my messages here. Cool. All right. Crisis averted, maybe. Let's continue with our life. We'll buy another Resonant Pearl. Start getting the ether train moving. All right, you can get a Nemesis token or Unleash and 3 damage. Nemesis token's bad. We'll take the Unleash and 3 damage. We have a heal option if we feel it's necessary. Let's grab an Ether Conduit. We're gonna pay for that soon, but we need to get some momentum here. I don't know which one to cast first. I don't know that it matters. They're both probably on the same turn. Don't think it matters. Alright, let's focus. Start getting that opened up. 2 ether conduits again. Guess I didn't click right. Oh well. And definitely that before spark. And actually, we don't have to cast a spark now. Which is kind of awkward because, I mean, I want this to be here generally, so it's kind of... Well, I'm getting one next turn, so okay, let's just do that. All right, now that I have an extra spare ether, let's push one of these up. Oh, they could get an imbued smash, though. Yeah, he might unleash twice with an upgraded card at any time, literally, so let's not let him get to the Nemesis token thing. Breach Stabilizer. Spend 5 ether or unleash a Nemesis token. So we'll cast this for the ether. And I'll put this on that one. And just push it back one. I haven't gone for the get every card make every card Resonant Pearl yet, but you know. Gravehold suffers 5 or Arachnos gains 2. Gravehold's fine. It's going to be way worse if he has extra Nemesis tokens for Gravehold, so. We're getting 3 ether just from our casting phase, so that's fun. Means we definitely easily clear that away. I could draw into a crystal. Nah, no thanks. So if my deck's lined up nicely, I could actually, like, discard a Resonant Pearl to draw something else I want. It's kind of interesting. Let's focus. Could, like, have enough ether to just open that. It's interesting, but I'm fine sort of slowly opening it and buying some spells with my money here. Well, maybe not. I'm just starting this. But I'll buy a Tethered Dart. Sure. We're getting lots of ether from this, so I might probably not buy anything else ether-wise. Time for Imbued Smash, unless we need Breach space. Next turn, we have 4 ether, so we don't, and we're gonna get 1 from that, so yeah, so we can open it and put the Tethered Dart in there. Flame Acolyte coming in hot again. This is the first tier card. Each tier has been like the worst minion for that tier, I think. The Chanters and Flame Acolyte right away. Don't like that. Arachnos is really trying. All right. No, I thought I was drawing another Resonant Pearl, but it doesn't matter. I've got 4 ether exactly. So it's cool. And we get to go again, and I think kill him with 2 damage. Yeah. And Tethered Darts can come back. You can just cast Tethered Darts all day long. Alright, now we keep rolling. Tethered Darts in there. That in there. Because this gets the double bonus. And 6 ether charge up, probably. I do want this, and it's hard to afford that. How do I get to afford that? That's a good question. I might need more ether to afford that. Do I buy another ether conduit and slowly work my way to afford it, or just buy one of these and probably afford it? Or just charge up and do more damage. Boo. We always want the expensive one. It's so cool. Look at Razra. Mazra or Razra? One of the sisters. Doing cool stuff. If I cast a spell, I get 1 more ether. But it's not enough. What's next turn? 4 ether and a spark. Whoop-dee-doo. But we also have, yeah, we get 2 more ether, so we actually get 6. Expensive ones are shiny. I'm going to buy this. It's going to help me have enough ether to buy the shiny thing that I want. And also, you know, pay for this stuff. Don't judge me. Hey, we get Tethered Dart back. I think I can discard a crystal. We're going to be able to charge up here anyways, because of this. Yeah. Let's do that. Nice. Here we got 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 short again. Unleash twice, 2 damage, and we had to discard Tethered Darts, which is annoying because now we have to draw it again. So we actually are only getting 6 ether, well 7 ether, so we can't afford it, even with this thing that I just bought, but I drew it already? I don't know. I feel like I just bought it. I guess I've had a turn since then. Let's go in here. Are we gonna have a big enough ether turn? Probably not. So let's put this in here for the +1 damage. Discard for a charge. And with 6 ether, push this back twice. The ritual is incomplete. Engulfing Madness. Spend 8 ether. That's the number of ether that we're trying to get. Would we have had it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we would have been short again. So, well, I guess we could have cast a spell. We could have had 8, but we didn't. Listen, we're trying. That's just going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Oh, yeah, we could have. If we had prepped the thing in here, we would have had 8. Next turn. The turn after this, we have 5, 6. So if we prep the spells in the right spots for that turn, we get 8, which is going to be too late for this, but it's enough to get that. So, I don't know. Call it a win. We really need to have more spells, by the way, to put in all these breaches that we're getting. So I'm going to buy another Imbued Smash. Could buy another 2 Tethered Darts, but Imbued Smash is very good. So I can discard a card to do a ton more damage. Alright, is this the turn that we need to... Yeah, so Tethered Darts is actually going in here, even though we don't get it back. Because we could go before this and actually clear it, so it's worth a chance. It's likely we do. We do. Also, we're doing lots of damage. Yeah, so I get 8 ether. And I can discard a spark for a charge. And I could cast for more ether here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to put a search token. And I'm trying for ether. No. Let's buy another Imbued Smash. Not that we're going to need it, but then you have it. I think we're winning, folks. I don't know about you. He's at 1. Oh, we're gonna overkill like by 1,000,000. Do we wait? It's only gonna have 10 health. It's gonna go twice in a row. I think I'd rather whatever Arachnos does than World Devourer going twice. So let's not cast that. I think. Actually, I think I can... No, I can't cast twice. I can cast once here. But I can't charge up again. Oh, maybe. Let's work it out. So, if I cast this at +1, so discard Spark, prep that, oh, I can't cast that from here. It's not the right spell. But if I, yeah, I'd have to cast this and it wouldn't work out. So, let's just do that next turn and hopefully we have a next turn, I guess. We're taking the risk of Nemesis turns here, but it's we're probably not gonna take 6 damage. Yeah, Gravehold taking a bunch of damage, but Gravehold's okay. Maybe we might even go here and win. Alright, we don't. Unleash twice! Dang! Alright, he's going 4 times. The ritual is complete. Alright, well, you got to see that. Unleash 6 times in a row. But you know what? It don't matter. World Devourer. I also noticed the World Devourer's HP is still a star at that moment, which it shouldn't be. It should show 16. World Devourer showing star HP after transition animation. It updates as soon as you hit it. Like, as soon as I do this, it's gonna get updated. There, 1 blast of Imbued Smash takes out the World Devourer. The outcome is complete. 1 second. I never bought the shiny spell. And I should have a stat that says I won. Yeah. Alright. I fixed that. That's now... And look, the global stats are now catching up. Arachnos had a head start because there was a bug. Alright, onward to the next battle. We're making great time. Gygar's the best. As silence falls over the battlefield, you inspect your adversary, Arachnos. His ambition to become more powerful than the Nameless made him the enemy of the very people he was trying to protect, just like his teacher, Zaxos. It pains you to see promising mages lost to the temptation of breach magic. Rhea rushes towards the still swirling breach and grabs Soskull, pulling him free. After concentrating briefly, you force the portal closed behind him. Rhea gently frees him from his restraints as his limp body sinks to the ground. He looks drained but alive. It's Soskull, the aristocrat. So should he have like an aristocratic voice? Yes, yes, that is the sort of voice that he has. Soskull's chest rises and falls with shaky breath. Tears brim in his eyes as he rubs at his wrists. Varama was wrong. I'm a failure as a leader. Arachnos captured me, and I could do nothing but watch my friends fall one by one. Soskull, something's wrong with your eyes. It's like your pupils are gone. Claudia voice, I guess. The void essence must have been starting to warp me. That kind of power is more than any human should bear. Even just the amount inside of me. Saskel grips his arms and shudders. It's almost too much. Saskel tries to gather himself as he leads you to the bodies of his companions who fell in battle against Arachnos before your arrival. He leans heavily against Rhea with tears streaming down his face as you all prepare the ritual for the fallen of Gravehold. We won't let their sacrifice be in vain. We'll stop Arachnos and all of his sick experiments. If Desmodia was still here, she could have stopped all this. She would have stopped him long ago. Nearby, you see what must have been one of Arachnos' experiments, a strange object outlined with glowing runes. You immediately recoil from the nameless energy you can feel radiating out of it. Sweet sphere. We should take it. Hold up, weren't you just saying the void essence is like really bad? An artifact is an artifact. We can't pass up the chance to learn more about what Arachnos was doing out here. Saskel walks past you and grabs the artifact undeterred by its dark aura. His strength returned faster than you thought was possible. New cards added to Barracks. Pain Conduit. Fatal Harmony. Bouncing Boom. Fatal Harmony plus Resonant Pearl deck. LOL. Solo. Bouncing Boom is amazing. We have some treasure. Level 2s. Focusing when we gain a card. 1 ether less to gain a card. Finishing resolving ability, deal 2 damage. And opening a breach, gain 1 charge. If you have no closed breaches, gain a charge. Nice. When I was captured, I caught sight of Talix escaping further north. If he's still alive, we need to find him. The nameless energy in this artifact, it's powerful, and I'm not going to ignore power when one of my team is in danger. He pauses, growing more serious. I promised his son I'd bring him home. Saskel looks better. You've been trekking through the woods for hours before Sahala suddenly stops you. Everyone, hold on. I think I see something. Is that a person up there? Talix? No, it can't be. Talix ain't that old. She's a cowboy for sure. The group approaches the old man, who is collapsed against a tree surrounded by a pile of yellowing bones. The man looks haggard, his skin gray and drooping. In his hand, he's clutching the distinctive chain that Talix always wields in battle, but the Talix who left Gravehold in Commander Saskel's retinue only a few weeks ago was a young man in his prime. Nothing like the shriveled husk you see sitting before you. In spite of that, Saskel rushes over immediately and kneels beside Talix, laying a gentle hand on the side of his face. Commander. Talix's voice is a pained wheeze. Be careful. It's still nearby. He points a withered finger toward the skeletons. You recognize the symbol of Zaxos on their cloaks, the same cloaks the men who set Magath on you wore. Talix is overcome by coughing. You look up to see leaves age and disintegrate before your eyes as their branches grow thin and gray. You stand and turn to see a skeletal creature, almost human-shaped, dripping with void essence. Where it steps, the grass withers and dies. You move in front of Talix, ready to defend him. Fight! Fight! Will I win? The third battle. I can't find that one. Predictions ahoy! Alright. Let's get into it. Fight! Gygar wins! No new gems. We have a pain conduit, which could be hilarious on Gygar's Super Breach. We also have Bouncing Boom, which is super good. And Fatal Harmony is pretty good too, if you buy several of them. I think I'm going to switch up Bouncing Boom with Force Amplifier, and basically, if I can buy it, I'll buy it, but if I can't, I'll buy that. And maybe someday I'll buy Spirit Lift. And I love charges. Bones of Deathmind, bring it on. Bring on the bones. More charges. Do I want the Pain Conduit? I like the Ether Conduit. I guess right now we could swap. We never bought Caged Fire, but it's kind of, you know, it's nice to have it. Because then you have it. Yeah, Gygar. And I liked having the little extra ether from Buried Light, so let's stick with that. And Caged Fire is a good, like, oh, we're gonna die, let's buy Caged Fire. So, Sparky Wolf wants us to lose, of course. Alright. Gygar is here once again. We're gonna buy a Resonant Pearl. Hopefully we don't get a bad minion right away. Exile 2 cards in hand. That is fine. Gimme charge, gimme charge. Prep, prep. Buy another Resonant Pearl. I'm down. Get our base ether. And yes, we are taking damage on the regular because of this, which I should have remembered. So maybe Kadir's gem would have been good, but oh well. We'll see if we survive. We might have to buy Caged Fire for that reason then. We did get the Enveloping Ooze, which isn't the worst, but it should be dealt with. 6 ether, Bouncing Boom? Or Ether Conduit. Bouncing Boom though, right? Bouncing Boom. It's a 4 damage, like straight up, so, and then it just gets better and better. And we probably just kill that with Bouncing Boom now, right? So let's grab this big ether, and then it makes me get charges, and I like it. So we'll probably buy one of these too and get these focused, as we have been doing. Yeah, that's dead with Bouncing Booms. There's no point in hitting it with that. Oh, here we are, like, not able to prep all our spells, lol. I guess we focus. Haven't been in this situation. I guess we didn't buy a spell so early before. Bouncing Boom! Boom, boom. And yeah, let's discard for a charge. I guess we could have had 8 ether. What if we had 8 ether? What if we had 8 ether? Click in it. Always be buying cards. Probably could buy more than 1 card for 8 ether, but you know. Exile a spell in their hand or discard pile. I guess it has to be Spark. There was no choice. And I need to exile 2 cards in hand. I guess I'm spending my turn buying those cards back. Hissing Acid. Aegis Walker, settle down. We're just trying to, like, make a living here. Buy my cards back so we don't take too much damage. Holy crap, 4 cards in a row. I guess I should have saved my charges and realized what was happening. I can still go back, actually, because I was the last. If I save my charges, I can actually cast out one of these. So let's do that instead. And not have problem. So which one to cast? The one that gets me a charge back? Bouncing Boom, probably the one that gets me a charge back, or the one that gets me an Ether. Probably the charge. You want to like be recharging. Guess we end up with not. Yeah, you know what? The other way is better, right? Isn't it? Because we end up with one Ether anyways, so we may as well not have the odd Ether. It's kind of weird. We're gonna buy the charge anyways with that, so yeah, it's kind of. I think that's probably better. And if I prep this instead of Bouncing Boom, we get to fully charge. All right. I don't know. And we can use this to get rid of that. This seems bad, right? Real top turn order card, unleash 3 times, otherwise 5 damage. Yeah, I don't like that. So if I cast this, we actually fully charge because of Spirit Lift. I could just leave Spirit Lift prepped, I guess, and just be getting millions of charges. That would be pretty good too. Alright, we can get this and a charge. You know what? If I left Spirit Lift prepped, that's probably going to be better than actually casting it. Right? For 5 damage, like having an extra token on here is worth more than that over the course of the game, casting that once. We can save that if there's like a bad minion pops up. Oh, it's only once per turn though. Alright. We'll cast it. We already used it, that's the problem. It's not as good if you already used it. Alright. We're getting there. 6 Ether, get rid of that thing. That was like power 1, right? Power 3, so it's not actually going off right away. But I don't know when it's going off, and I don't think we can stop it later. So let's get rid of it. Stop challenging me, game. I have to go buy Caged Fire to get some hit points once in a while. It's awkward. I want to be focusing. I buy an Ether Conduit this turn. Unleash twice. Exile stuff from my discard. We'll buy it back. That's what we're doing on this turn, is buying that back. And I'd probably have to cast that. Yeah, we're again stuck with a spell. We haven't been buying the things to focus as we usually did. That's why we're having trouble there. So we can get fully charged by doing this. Thanks, Spirit Lift, for being awesome. It's probably what I do. I just sort of collect things. But yeah, we buy these 2 relics that we've been wanting. Focus and probably just get 2 life. We'll just buy that every other round and try not to die. Spend 8 Ether. I don't know if we're going to get to do that. And it's power 1, so it might happen right away or at any time. Unleash twice, 4 damage. The earliest we could spend 8 Ether is approximately never, so that's just happening. Bouncing Boom gets to get 2 Ether when I put it in here, which is another reason why it's amazing. And I'm gonna park the spark. Potentially. Cool. Exile, couple crystals. We'll buy them back. Ooh, down to 1. That was 4 damage. Are we gonna get to draw Caged Fire before we... Yes, okay. Before we get knocked out. I guess we're buying Caged Fire, like, more times. Collectively exile 2 cards in hand or discard that cost 2 or more. Well, that's annoying. And I'm gonna leave the Spark. And buy Caged Fire because we need it to not die as much. Fun, fun. And we'll buy Stole back. So we could actually not cast that right now and use this to cast it. But actually we're gonna get it because we're gonna get a charge by opening this breach. Actually. So prep this here. Focus a breach, which gets us a charge, which gets us 2 charges. Which we sort of got 1 extra charge, but oh well. And put a search token. Destroy for 2 life. And we're also getting a charge from this. You know what? Actually, we can decide to not do that until later. No, but we're not getting another charge later, are we? We could buy a charge, though. So if we focus this, skip, do this, discard, charge, and then buy another charge, then we can a little more effectively. Oh, and that's a bug. We're getting it twice. I wonder if it's triggering off of itself. I will send a public feedback. Spirit Lift is giving me 2 charges twice instead of once. Cool. And we'll not cheat though. And we'd rather buy one of these or buy a charge. I think we buy a charge. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep buying these. We are like hitting him. He's already down to like half. I guess we cast this. Leave the spark parked. Parking is not great though, right? Because it just makes us take more damage on the long run. And sparks are okay with having this, so we could discard to get to that spell, which isn't that amazing. So whether we want 6 ether or 5 ether. Oh, we'd love to have 7 ether. That might go off. And we'll have a discard pile, so it's not bad. I think we charge and add a token here. And buy one of these so we don't die, and buy one of these so we die less. We're about at the point we just damage rush here, right? Because this is doing literally 12 damage. And we try not to die. Let's buy more bouncing booms. Always be bouncing booming. or by charge. Always be bouncing booming. I should have bought a caged fire. Oh well. We'll be fine. I think we're maybe gonna win soon. Discard that for a charge, get 2 charges. Yeah, again, we're getting bonus charges, which is a lie. Can we win here? This is 9 damage, and then this is 4, 5. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's do that. Bad guy. Exile that, or I guess he can have a crystal. I don't want to give him a spark. He can have that. Immediately exile a card in hand. I actually don't want to give him the spark because I want to use it to cast for damage. All right. Oh, let's cast this first. Oh, and actually take the charges. I think what it's doing is it's proccing on itself, probably, is what's happening there. Which is wrong. 10 damage, and I think if we cast this, we win, right? Let's get a little health here, just, for fun. Because this is 6 damage, and he has 6 health. Bye! Victory! Talk to the hand of Geiger. The outcome is I won. Time for story time, everybody. Battle 3 conclusion. After you finish your battle with the source of the surrounding blight, Rhea steps forward, ready to incinerate the remains, but you hold her back long enough to examine what is left of the creature. Its skeletal body looks older than the world itself, the face sunken beyond recognition. On its cloak is the symbol of Zaxos. Just like Arachnos, this man was a mage once. But now he is more nameless than human. The thought chills you. You had no idea that there were so many followers of Zaxos still out here, or just how dangerous they had become. You are pulled from your reverie by Talix sauntering up to you, restored from his untimely aging. I thought I was done for when I ran into a bunch of Zaxos cronies, but this thing showed up and killed everyone, even its own brothers. Well, it would have been everyone if you hadn't saved me. Talix? He's so joyful, but he's really grumpy in this picture, so I don't know. Talix nudges the creature's body with his foot. That thing looked like a human, dressed like one of theirs, but there was no humanity behind those eyes. Commander Saskell grows serious. Perhaps Arachnos' ritual was trying to turn me into something like that. Silence falls across your group as you all pause to consider what might have happened if no one had come to his rescue. Talix breaks the unhappy silence with his usual exuberance. But hey, we won! He's so grumpy looking all the time, but he's exuberant. He throws himself around Saskell's shoulders in a dramatic embrace. I never thought I'd see you again, Sals. I mean, Commander. I don't deserve to be called that anymore. My squadron is scattered, mostly dead, and I failed my mission. Talix squeezes Saskell tight once more before stepping back and raising his hand in a salute. You didn't fail me. I'm still feeling distinctly not dead, and that's thanks to you coming back for me, Commander. Rhea steps forward and pats her lost companion roughly on the back, barely concealing her amusement. It's not your fault you guys lost to Arachnos. I let myself get split from the squadron, and you all know I'm the only real muscle. Gygar's the muscle. True. What would we do without you? I can't leave you alone for 2 minutes, can I? You're right. I'm no good on my own. When our squad went down against that spider, I've lost his accent. I was helpless. Suskull had been taken, and all I could think to do was run. But I did grab what treasures I could from my fallen teammates for safekeeping. I'll show you where they're buried. You follow Talix, enjoying his energetic chatter. Finally, he stops beneath a strange tree, digs a little, and comes up with his hands full of treasures. He hands them out to your party. Woo, treasures! An unrefined blast stone. That one's fun. Link conduit. Love link conduit. We're definitely taking link conduit. And reverberating shock, which is another echo spell, which we'll probably also grab. We have Verdant Staff, treasure level 3. When you gain a spell, gain 1 life. I might pick that just to not take so much damage. Gain 1 ether at the start of your turn. They can only use to gain relics. When you gain a relic, you may place it on top of your deck. Start of the first turn of your game, focus each of your closed breaches once. Start of the first turn of the game, gain a card that costs 4 less. When you gain 2 or more, cast 2 more spells, gain 2 ether. Spells you cast that cost 2 or more deal 1 additional damage. All very good things. With the final treasures and Talix recovered, you realize this means the end of your long and dangerous journey. Soskull confirms that everyone missing from his team is accounted for, and all of you are relieved to finally head home. Oh, I guess the expedition's over. We don't have to do anything else. You turn back towards New Gravehold, but only make it a few steps out of the clearing before you stumble on a divot in the ground. Some golfer has left a divot, pushing away the dead leaves. Oh wait, it's not a golfer. You see a gigantic paw print as wide across as your arm. You shiver as a snowflake lands on your cheek. Snow? This far south? Suddenly, the wind picks up and the gentle snow turns into a raging blizzard. Squinting against the storm, you see 6 glowing eyes. Your blood turns to ice as the Nameless lets out a mind-shattering howl. It's Fenrix. Fenrix, wolf boy friend. All right, Gygar. We're gonna go. We didn't buy tethered darts. We could have bought. Maybe we bought 1 tethered darts last game, but you know what? It's a reverberating shock. So good. All of these are crafted for Gygar, and we don't need cage fire if we're taking the thing that. You know what? Do we need ether conduit if we're taking link conduit? Maybe we want ether conduit for the other breaches and link conduit for the super breach, and this for being cool. Blaststone, I think I'd rather the chargy one than Blaststone. So level 1 treasure, let's go with the ether again. We're just gonna stick with Brahma, she's our friend. When you gain a spell, gain 1 life. If we're not getting any other healing, I think that's what we want. Even though the other damages are nice. And let's get we never actually really used the Bones of Deathmind, but I'm still gonna pick it. Oh, we could focus whenever we gain a card from that supply pile. And like pick Reverberating Shock and then just like focus our breaches with that. I like that. I like that combo. Because we're gonna like basically buy all of these. This is a great income as well. Income spell, but combined with this, like we don't need gems really except to kickstart getting going on those, so. Alright, let's go. Sorry, I forgot to do the prediction. Will I win the 4th battle? What do you think? Seems pretty good, but you know, Fenrix can really screw you up, so. Who knows? Get your predictions in. Let's get started. Carapace Fragment is going to choose Reverberating Shock. which is going to, yeah, give a focus when I buy a spell, and I'm gonna buy probably all of those. I actually don't really need Bouncing Boom with Reverberating Shock, but it's one more damage, and it's like more echo spells, so. No says 54%. There's 30,000 points on one side and 38,000 points on the other side. So the prediction has a lot of points. If you want to do a prediction, now's a good time because there's a lot of points that you could win. 54% on no, exactly. The Nemesis went first and played Crazed Whelps, which means I better buy a spell that can do a little damage straight away. I unfortunately can't on the first turn. So let's get buying a little ether so we can actually afford to buy our reverberating shocks here. Yeah, we don't have anything else. I guess we don't even need this. I don't, like, because we got that free focusing, we don't actually need that relic anymore. But I could have kept the healing one, but we don't actually need the healing anymore. So, you know, like, I don't know. We don't need anything anymore. Yeah, they're talking about the points. That's why when I was doing the great points giveaway thing, where I was voting on I was giving points on the predictions in the second wave. Logic Dolphin had to create those predictions because I wasn't allowed to create them or determine the outcome if I voted in them. So, all right, Crazed Whelp's coming up. I guess Crazed Whelp's not coming up right away, but like we gotta have some spells to be ready for when it does. So, oh man, Link Conduit right away, but we need like I don't actually get any health right now if I buy that right now. That's kind of, I guess let's go for the Bouncing Boom right away then. All right, Bouncing Boom first. I guess Link Conduit would have been a good choice too, but you know what? We're gonna have all the things is what's gonna happen. So, and here with 5 ether, it's my next turn. If we get a Fenric's turn, we're gonna want like to be able to hit something for big damage. So Imbued Smash is probably good to have as well. Hissing Acid returns. If you're out of points, can't you give yourself more? I mean, I can't just give points. That's not a thing, no. So you can't, like, I can only get points the same way anyone else does. I get them like because I'm always watching the stream when I'm streaming, basically. Yeah, you can't give viewers points. You can only take points or move them around, and people earn them by the mechanisms it says on Twitch. All right, Bouncing Boom. Maybe we get a +1 there. And I guess we focus this. Oh wait, is this? I can't remember all my effects. When I gain a card, I focus a breach, but I can't afford to gain that, so I had to focus it manually like a chump. The owner has infinity points. Yeah, I haven't really looked at that. If there are no claws, there's going to be a ton of claws all at once with these things. It's going to be rough. We don't have to cast Bouncing Boom here. We might just save it for when the whelps come out. Potentially. But that would mean, yeah, I guess if I buy, yeah, okay, let's, oh wait, do I have 6 ether? No, I only have 5. I'm leaving this prepped because I want to be able to use it right away when the bad things happen. So let's buy a Reverberating Shock, which lets us focus a breach. I guess we get this one closer to open. It's going to be useful. All right, so weird start. Like, it's very awkward. Again, I'm like just holding Bouncing Boom here. I could also hold Imbued Smash, which I think I will. Because I need to be able to deal with, like, there's going to be a whole bunch of claws coming out at once that I have to deal with. And we're just going to keep, if we buy Reverting Shocks, we can open breaches, so. And again, I'm going again, but I want to, like, not go. I guess now that I have more spells, I can cast the Bouncing Boom now. I've got some damage in hand that I can use. All right. Reverberate. +1. And that. Just buy a charge. All right. We get a Rending Claw. Thing is, if Fenrix goes 3 times in a row here, we could lose. Yeah, put a position token. We might not get to go enough to, like, stop all the claws from coming out. Or take a ton of damage. When do I get health? When I gain a spell, gain 1 life. Oh, okay, so I'm, like... I need spells, though, right? I can't, like, not. Alright, this says, return a minion's position or suffer 2 damage and discard a card. I will discard a card and suffer 2 damage here, I think. Because alternative is worse. And of course Fenrix goes. Yeah, this is very bad. Gravehold. Cool. Fenrix again. Yeah, he's putting 2 claws in play. I think we skip. We killed. Yeah, there's 1 claw left in the deck. All right, luckily we got to go and not Fenrix, who would then place the remaining claw, and we would lose. We would have lost if Fenrix went again. Like, that soon. Tier 1? We're still in Tier 1? Yeah, we would have lost, and there was nothing we could do about it. Like, we were ready, loaded for bear, but, like, because of how it works, like, yeah, brutal. All right. We can kill one of them, and then we're, you know, sort of safe. Try to kill the Bane idiot. We can't quite. We do have Ether for gaining cards, so that's nice. If we get to go again, we do get to kill more things, so hopefully we can do that. Yeah, I think we buy this because we don't actually need the focus this turn. Maybe we buy a Bouncing Boom because it is more damage and we need that. The Ether's nice though. Let's take the Bouncing Boom. Alright, yeah, so Gravehold. It's taking lots of damage here, but we're also taking damage. We have to, like, just get past this. Unleash twice, cool! We're 1 token away from losing. Like, even after we had that. Cool. Oh, we are losing. Oh, okay, we lost. Wow. Like, we were not doing bad. We just, like, couldn't manage that sequence. That was brutal. Fenrix coming in hot. Defeat. I did not win the 4th battle. I feel like we came in with a good setup, but dang, Fenrix. All right. Let's make another prediction. Will I win the 4th battle with the 2nd attempt? I'm just gonna set up the same. Like, I think we had a good setup. So we just got really unlucky. We'll pick this again. All right, Rex starts off. I mean, I'm honestly totally fine with that. Get the tokens right away. Don't have crazed whelps come out in the first turn and make everything happen like on the fourth turn at once. That would be nice. Give me a claw to work on instead of having them all come out in one turn. Weird that the final boss is a big wolf. I mean, he's a big magic wolf. Does that help? I don't know. All right, we're gonna do the same starting things probably. And we could go bouncing boom. We could go +1 damage. I think we don't go +1 damage. I think we go bouncing boom. It's a nice big damage spell straight off, and we can afford it right away. So I'm fine to take 2 damage here now because we're gonna be healing by gaining spells. We just couldn't take 2 damage from everything all at once. All right, Crazed Whelps appears, but we're gonna like even that coming out in the second turn is so much easier than it coming out in the first turn. So, and 5 ether. Let's grab Reverberating Shock now. We waste an ether, but you know. Quote unquote waste. Yeah, if we're healing every time we get a spell, we can take a little damage for a bit. Bane Commander. All right, so we have to take a little bit of a risk here. Hopefully we go next and we can kill the thing. Yeah, cool. Okay. We can't kill Bane Commander, but we might if we get to go before him. Actually, we'll charge up, so we will. This is a much easier sequence than before, I will say. I think we take our +1 damage and buy something. It'd be nice to buy another spell, but I don't know that I want another gem. I guess Galvanized Bauble is actually very good for the second part against Fenrix because you can put your position token and then cast it during your main phase, so that's pretty handy. I'll buy it for that reason. And we finish off the Bane Commander, who didn't get to go off this time. Oh, Ragnarok starts by a big wolf. There you go. I didn't know about that. All right, we have 7 ether for buying cards. So if we buy this, we have 3 ether left. Or we could buy a link conduit now. Let's buy a link conduit. That's gonna be really good. Now that we like started without everything being awful and like we can actually maybe have this game under control. That was a ridiculous start. Like, I don't know that there was anything we could have chosen to do in that game that would have let us win or like survive that turn. Like, I don't know if there was a sequence that you could pick that would make you not lose in that. That was pretty brutal. All right, bouncing boom. We're gonna have these guys. It's still this is kind of a dangerous sequence as well if he goes twice in a row. So we'll see. We have to wait again. If I cast this, I can get a charge. And actually, yeah, this is the smart thing to do because then I can get a charge Don't destroy it, I like it. And be able to prep that. I guess I should have cast it out of here. That would have been smarter, but oh well. One more damage would have been smart. Let's do this. Since we have some damage in hand, and we can probably get that up to bouncing boom levels if we wanted to here. And I do want, the more I can prep, like, not power this up and get a link conduit onto it, it's going to be, and then start buying like a million spells and popping them in there. All right, Crazed Whelps. And Hissing Acid also returns, but this all, like this, these are the same cards, but just the different sequence makes a huge difference in terms of everything. All right, let's get our position token on there and link conduit, baby. All right. Let's make sure what our next turn looks like. So we have 3 spells coming up, but we can focus a breach if we need to. So I think we buy spells. We can buy a Reverberating Shock, which gives us a focus, which is going to then make this one of these be open. Let's do the expensive one since we're not paying for it. And yeah, it is kind of annoying not having a 3-cost spell now. So let's buy a charge. I didn't have enough to buy that, right? No, I was short on that. That's one thing. This doesn't give you ether that you can use for anything, which is, you know, fine, but not great. Taking 5 damage isn't awesome. But we do have, anytime we buy a spell, we heal, so we'll just buy a million spells. And we can destroy them with this if we need, you know, to not have a million spells. We can actually cast, yeah. Let's kill this guy. Let's prep this. I guess we could destroy the spark. Maybe we destroy the spark. Hang on. We don't need, I guess it's, again, we get a charge though if we do it this way, so we'll take the charge and not destroy it. I like ether. And we can actually put both these in here. I continue to forget. I will continue to forget about my link conduit. All the time. So that got rid of that claw, which is nice. So we're going to get Rally the Pack, which is going to unleash twice, which ends up putting our claw in play. And maybe we get 6 ether someday for that, but I'm not really counting on it. I'm not too worried about it. We have enough damage now that we just go crazy now, I think, basically. So we can always be prepping into that and charge it up and add more tokens. Yeah, I'm just going to charge. I'm not going to buy. With echo spells, like, we'll keep buying spells, but like as long as we can keep putting 2 spells in there every turn, it's going to be real good. Dodge. Got to unleash and 2 damage. Discard a card. Yeah, crystal, I guess. And we got a Rending Claw. Let's get on there. See, just 1 claw at a time? Like, that's okay. Gravehold's doing great. Spring of Fury. Oh, this is the one that makes claws have extra life. It'd be nice to get rid of that if we can, but it can be tough. Finish off that claw. You don't want them to hang around too long. I I could get Imbued Smash or a Reverberating Shock. I think it's Echo Spells all day. And let's get that open. We don't have enough spells to fill it now because of the Link Conduit, but we just murder Fenrix now, hopefully. Link Conduit on Ancient Breach, or yeah, Ancient Breach is favorite. I could cast a spell, but I don't need to cast it. I will just focus. And I'll buy a spell. Keeping us in hit points also. Boom, boom. Yeah, we're not going to get 7 either. We're actually getting 6. Very close. Oh, we can get rid of this one. Sure. It's actually very likely to... Actually, no, that would... It depends on what turn Fenrix goes, but it's pretty likely to do the Unleash, but even so. We don't have claws, we don't have claws, right? Needle Doom! I don't care about Needle Doom because we just have to do 4 more damage. GG. The Nemesis has 0 life. Victory is ours. I won the second attempt, and no one thought I would. Not many people voted. So all your points are refunded. Congratulations. So I'm 1-1 against Fenrix. Alright. Your team's final spells dissipate as the battle draws to a close. This fight took a lot out of you. Even Talix's unlimited energy is flagging. Commander Suskull calls for a rest, and you sink gratefully to the forest floor, leaning back against a tree. Commander, I've found something odd. That's not her voice. Commander, I've found something odd. Rhea presses her ear to the ground and knocks on it 3 times. On the ground, not her ear, just to be clear. The noise reverberates strangely, as if she's hitting something hollow. I hear you banging in here. Rhea feels along the ground and pulls open a hidden trapdoor, revealing an underground bunker. You leap to your feet, ready for yet another battle. Inside is a massive metal figure with tongues of flame spilling from its joints. The armor lifts a hefty blacksmith's hammer and brings it down upon the glowing edge of a blade. A squirrel-like creature is curled up on its shoulder, unafraid. Cute. Hello, are you alive? I am lost. Aren't we all, buddy? No, I think that's his name. Lost. I've got everyone's accents all over the place. The suit of armor nods slowly, the fire inside it cracking with the motion. It points to the squirrel. Meek. All around the little room are weapons and equipment, radiating with power. Lost does speak. This place is incredible. How long have you been down here? Some of this weaponry looks pre-fall. And some of these relics, they're used for breach magic. I think Gygar is like the Rock. That's his voice. Lost tries to answer the questions, but it's clearly sad and confused. Each word seems like a struggle. My mind is damaged. I was a man, but now I do not know what I am, who I am. I am far away from my coffin home. Coffin home. Do you mean gravehold? Lost nods slowly. Soskel's eyes widen. Are you a breach mage? Lost nods again, and Soskel steps forward, laying a comforting hand on Lost's arm. You're not staying here another second, Lost. We're taking you home. New mage unlocked. Lost. And Meek. Cute. Meek's might. Lost is fun. It's impossible to tell from the armor, but you think Lost is smiling. You help gather the artifacts and weapons scattered around this odd Forge Master's abode. Lost grabs his hammer and scratches Meek affectionately on the head. Look at this giant stack of cards. We get to click on them all. Lurking Cyanite. This is a lot of fun in a big player game. You get lots of ether. Marble Galaxy. That's also good. Deluge of Power. Geiger! Adelheim's Amethyst Shard. So we got more treasures. Adelheim's Shard. Gex's Shattered Geode. Gion's Moonstone Shard. Lash's Quartz Shard. And Zaxos's Flare. Zaxos gonna Zaxos. Thorned Whip. Cleansing Amulet. Core of Rage. Glutton's Tooth. We had that last time. Prism of Destruction. Bladed Crystal. Brooch of Attunement. And Essence Extractor. Additional ethers. That's super cool. You lead Lost out of the bunker and turn towards home, finally ready to head back to New Gravehold. He doesn't look back once. You report to the Council of Elders upon your return to New Gravehold. They listen intently as you recount the fate of Soskel's allies, the rise and fall of Arachnos' plot for power, and the discovery of the strange mage Lost. Thank you for recovering these treasures. There's no telling what these twisted followers of Zaxos would have done with these powerful weapons if they'd gotten their hands on them. And for returning our wayward mages safely, of course. No weapon equals a life. Of course. These weapons Lost has been forging are really something. I'd like to see a nameless try and come for us now with these in our arsenal. Yes, for once it seems, humanity might just have the upper hand. Suddenly, you hear a bang from the entrance to the hall as the doors are slammed open. You sigh. The work of a breach mage is never done, and it seems it won't be long until you're going back into the wild. ... We did it! Expedition complete! Share that to the Steam library. You can look at your banished cards that you declined to choose. Look at your barracks, the cards that you loved. Guess it includes the cards from the very end too. Yeah, there you go. We have completed the New Age expedition. Look at all of our mages, they're so lovely. And you can finish the expedition and now play custom expeditions as much as you want. Short, normal, extended, big pockets, or small pockets, as you wish. I hope you enjoyed that playthrough of the narrative expedition of the New Age. We were pretty excited to have that whole like visual novel kind of display of the dialogue and all the information and story of the expedition. That was a big deal for us to make that happen, so we're pretty happy about that. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's been fun to do the voices too, even though I'm terrible at it. Yeah, so hopefully we can add some more expansions in the future to the New Age and Expedition mode. Into the Wild would be right here, and that has its own narrative expedition and outcasts and so on. So, that's something that we would like to do in the future. Um, but who knows? There's also, War Eternal and Legacy. There's lots of more content that we would like to add to Aeon's End. So tell your friends about the New Age and Expedition Mode. The more better Aeon's End does, the more we can add to it. So that's really what it's all about, right? If people are interested in getting into the game and buying it and playing it, we have an impetus to make more content, just like with Sentinels. So uh, hopefully we'll see that. So thanks for playing, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good night.